The iconic ninja outfit has a surprising origin. We all know the pop culture image, a silent assassin draped entirely in black fabric. From Hollywood blockbusters to action-packed video games, this look is legendary. But historical records show that real shinobi never wore this ridiculous uniform. A modern researcher steps into the frame, shaking his head at the cool ninja poster. To a real spy, wearing solid black was practically a death sentence. Think about it, standing under a bright, glowing full moon in pitch-black clothing. You wouldn't be invisible. You would look like a stark, moving black silhouette. So, where did this massive historical misconception actually come from? Chrono Battles is going to untangle the truth from centuries of theatrical illusion. To understand the myth, we must travel back to feudal Japan's Sengoku period. This was an era of constant warfare, where information was the ultimate weapon. In this dangerous world, the primary goal of any shinobi was blending in. They were not superheroes, they were elite undercover intelligence gatherers. If they didn't wear black, why does the entire world think they did? The answer lies not on the battlefield, but on the stage of traditional Japanese theater. In Kabuki theater, stagehands called Kuroko worked right in front of the audience. To signal that they should be ignored, they dressed entirely in black. The audience's brains were trained to see these black-clad figures as invisible. They moved props, adjusted costumes, and assisted actors without breaking the immersion. But then, a brilliant playwright came up with a shocking theatrical twist. What if one of these invisible stagehands was actually a hidden assassin? In the middle of a play, a Kuroko stagehand suddenly drew a weapon. He attacked a main character, leaving the audience gasping in utter shock. This mind-bending plot twist was an absolute sensation. It visually represented unseen danger by weaponizing a stage convention. When Japanese woodblock prints and early films exported ninja stories to the West, they carried this theatrical code with them, cementing the myth forever. So, the legendary black outfit was born on the stage, not in the shadows. But what did real, historical ninjas actually wear to stay hidden? In the 19th century, Japanese woodblock prints began to popularize this theater trick. Artists drew ninjas in black Kuroko suits so viewers instantly knew they were invisible in the story. When early Japanese cinema was born, filmmakers adopted this visual shorthand. Black and white movies needed high visual contrast, and the black outfit was perfect for silent movie villains. Then came the 1980s Western ninja craze, which blasted this image across the globe. Hollywood took the theatrical convention literally, sealing the black-clad assassin into global pop culture. But if we look at real, historical espionage, this outfit makes absolutely no sense. In feudal Japan, walking around in a tight black bodysuit would get you arrested immediately. Sengoku period Japan was highly militarized. With strict checkpoints between provinces, samurai guards inspected travelers thoroughly, and anyone dressed suspiciously was executed as a spy. So, what do the actual historical records tell us about shinobi espionage? Let us consult the Bansenshukai, the most famous 17th century ninja manual. The ancient scrolls contain hundreds of pages detailing tactics, tools, and philosophy. But across all these texts, there is not a single mention of a black ninja suit. Instead, the manuals emphasize a concept known as Shichidode, the 7 disguises. The ultimate rule of a real shinobi was social invisibility, not physical invisibility. Shinobi would disguise themselves as traveling merchants, carrying wooden boxes of goods, or ordinary farmers working in the fields, blending seamlessly into everyday provincial life. They also disguised themselves as komuso monks, wearing basket-like straw hats. This allowed them to wander freely and spy without ever revealing their faces. They could also pose as traveling entertainers, dancers, or masterless ronin. By looking like common folk, they gathered critical military intelligence unnoticed. But what about actual night infiltration missions into enemy castles? Surely, they must have worn solid black to sneak around under the cover of darkness. Actually, science and history agree that solid black is terrible for night stealth against a natural night sky, which is dark blue or gray. Solid black stands out instantly for night raids. Historical manuals like the Shoninki advise wearing dark navy blue. This color, known as kon-itodome, blends flawlessly into the shadows of a starry night. These navy blue cotton robes had an additional, highly practical chemical secret. The traditional indigo dye used on the fabric acted as a natural insect and snake repellent. If historical ninjas wore everyday peasant robes, what about their legendary weapons? Pop culture shows them carrying specialized, custom-made spy gadgets of death. But archaeological excavations at Sengoku period sites tell a very different story. The physical artifacts recovered from ancient fortresses reveal a kit built on adaptation. Take the famous kunai, often depicted as a sleek, deadly throwing dagger. In reality, archaeologists have found that it was a simple, heavy iron plastering trowel. Because it was an ordinary tool used by bricklayers, a shinobi could carry it openly. If caught by guards, they could simply pretend to be innocent laborers looking for work. Even when used as a weapon, the kunai was never meant to be thrown like a dagger. It was a heavy, durable tool used for prying open wooden doors, digging, or climbing. Another icon is the Kusarigama, the famous sickle attached to a heavy metal chain. This weapon was developed directly from a common agricultural tool, the rice sickle. A peasant walking around with a sickle was completely normal in agricultural Japan. The chain and weight could be easily detached and hidden inside a simple bag. Modern research at historical ninja strongholds in Iga and Koka supports this. Excavations of old ninja houses reveal clever trapdoors, hidden rooms, and escape chutes. But the weapons found hidden under floorboards are never glowing ninja stars. Instead, archaeologists find fire-starting kits, simple iron spikes, and lockpicks. These fire tools were crucial because creating chaos and distraction was key. Setting a small fire was far more effective than engaging in a direct sword fight. In fact, historical manuals advise shinobi to avoid direct combat at all costs. If a ninja drew their sword, it meant their mission of secrecy had already failed. Even their swords were different from the sleek, curved katanas of pop culture. Historical ninja swords, or shinobi katana, were straight, shorter, and highly practical. The straight sword was designed for close-quarter fighting in narrow corridors. The extra-long scabbard cord was used as a climbing aid or a tripwire. By placing the sword against a wall, they could step on the handguard like a ladder. They would then pull the sword up using a long, strong cord attached to the scabbard. Thus, archaeology reveals that every single ninja tool had a dual mundane purpose. Their weapons were designed to look like innocent farming tools or climbing gear. Let us put pop culture and actual history side by side for a final comparison. In movies, the ninja is an invincible, black-clad warrior fighting entire armies. But in reality, a historical shinobi was a master of silent camouflage. They wore ordinary merchant, monk, or peasant clothes to blend completely into the crowd. Cinematic ninjas perform impossible acrobatics and throw explosive smoke bombs. They jump across rooftops, leaving a trail of dramatic dust and flashing lights. In contrast, real ninjas relied on simple, quiet tools like hand drills. They slowly carved small peepholes through wooden walls to overhear enemy conversations. Pop culture ninjas fight to the death with elaborate katana sword strikes. They charge directly at samurai armies, seeking combat in every scene. Real shinobi avoided fights completely because an open battle meant failure. Their ultimate weapon was information. and a dead spy can't deliver intelligence. This brings us to the final verdict on the black ninja outfit myth. The popular image of the black-clad assassin is almost entirely inaccurate. It was a brilliant theatrical trick developed for Japanese Kabuki stage shows. An invisible stagehand suddenly attacking an actor was the ultimate plot twist. Pop culture simply adopted this stage trick and turned it into historical fact. Our final verdict on the iconic black ninja outfit is mostly false. But before we go, let us look at another famous pop culture ninja icon. The Shuriken, or throwing star, is almost always shown as a deadly weapon of death. In reality, historical shuriken were never meant to be primary lethal weapons. They were light, thin pieces of metal designed purely to distract or disorient. A shinobi would throw them to create a sudden clatter, making guards look away. This fraction of a second was all the ninja needed to slip into the shadows. If you love discovering the real, hidden truth behind legendary historical myths, make sure to subscribe to Chrono Battles and hit the notification bell now. What other legendary historical warriors or battle myths should we dissect next? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Join us next time as we dive into the legendary 300 Spartans of Thermopylae. Thank you for watching Chrono Battles, and we will see you very soon